2. Section 9.1, question 11. The graph shows the simple interest for 1 year at 5% for different dollar amounts invested. So here's our little graph over here, and we have our x-axis represented by a variable, and the a represents amount invested in dollars, and our y-axis, which is now labeled capital I, and that stands for simple interest, or the interest in dollars. So what are the coordinates for point W? Well, there's W there, and if we go back to grade 7, we have the coordinates. We read our x first, which is 40, so I can write down 40 for my x. And what is my y? Well, my y is 2. Now, it may seem strange that we have an x of 40, and it's only this far away from what the origin is here, but because we labeled them in this way, that's what it represents. It represents 40 instead of what naturally would seem like 2. What does each coordinate for point W represent? Well, this 40 here for point W represents dollars. So it's representing, if we can write it down, it represents $40 invested. That's what it's representing on that particular point there. And on this side here, it's representing 2, and that 2 is representing $2. And we know that it's $2 because we have the little dollar sign here, and that's the interest. Okay, I know my handwriting's awful. Don't just leave me alone. Question C, 11C says, describe patterns on the graph. Well, again, we've described this quite a few times now, but if we look here, for every 20 we go right, we go 1 up. 20 right, 1 up, 20 right, 1 up. Or for every $20 invested, we get $1 interest. That's what the pattern is showing us. And if we were to connect the dots, it would make a straight line. And the last question says, if the pattern continues, what is the simple interest earned on $180 after 1 year? Well, if we were to extend this graph, we could actually just draw a straight line, and then we could plot this all out here, and we could kind of extend it to 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, and be able to kind of look up here and triangulate it to be what it is. But instead of doing that, what I'm going to show you is just creating a table of values to look at it like that. So I'll make, I don't know, we'll make this many. Oh, and we'll bring this over here. So I'll just see if I can grab this. And that's not going to work. Crap. All right, let's try this again. Oops. Hello. I've hit a little bit of a problem here. All right, we'll go over this page, and now we'll do our table of values again. There's our table of values, and we'll label them. So over here, again, we're going to look at our graph. And right here we have the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 20, 40, 60, 80. Now what I always like to make this side over here is I like to make this my sequential part. So I'm going to make this the simple interest. And that's represented by the variable I, capital I. And it's also in brackets, we're going to put dollars. That's what this column here is going to represent. And over here we have amount invested. And that's going to be represented by the variable A, and it's going to be in dollars as well. So here we got 2 of the same unit. So our simple interest first, we're going to have 0 interest, $1 interest, $2 interest, $3, $4, and that's all that we can see. If we look here at $0 interest, we have 0 invested. If we get $1 of simple interest, we go $1 simple interest, we must have $20 invested. $20 invested. $2 of simple interest is $40. And I could probably just continue this without having to really look at the chart. It's 60 and then it's 80. So there's our table of values for this. And what we're asking to do here is if it is $180, what will the simple interest be? Well, here we're going to use an equation. So I'm going to say the interest, somehow we can get that to equal the amount invested. So if I look here, I say, well, it was 1, the I was 1, and then it became 20. How did I get it to be 1, the I to be 1, and get it to be 20? Well, I could say plus 19. I said the interest plus 19. It worked for this one, but it didn't work for this one because 2 plus 19 is not 40. The other option is, instead of thinking of it as a constant, I could think of it as a coefficient. So what did I do to the 1 in terms of multiplication to get 20? I multiplied it by 20. What did I do to 2? I also multiplied it by 20 to get 40, and so on and so forth. So I see that when I take my simple interest and I multiply it by 20, I get the A, or the amount invested. So really what I'm doing, if I think about multiplying this interest by 20, I could say I times 20. But since we're using algebra, I really want to use a coefficient of 20. So 20 times the interest is equal to the amount invested. So again, if I look at this, then I know my amount invested, so I could put 20I equals 180. And we know from isolating the variable, if I divide both sides by 20, I get I over here. And over on the other side, I get, that's the world's worst I, by the way, 180 divided by 20 is actually 9. So I would get $9 interest on that particular thing. So that's it. That's question number 11 in a nutshell. I wonder if I can turn this off now. There we go.